Hey guys, my name's Robomori, and lately, a lot of my friends and mutuals have been asking me how to play Tekken. If you've never played Tekken or a fighting game before, but you want to know about Tekken enough to not immediately get smoked by your mighty ruler friend, then this is the video for you. Please keep in mind this is not meant to be a definitive guide or a complete rundown of everything. I want to do my best to teach you the basic fundies as fast as possible, but I'll also try to do it in a way that hopefully makes sense. Tekken is a very difficult game, with a very extreme diverse cast of characters, each of them with their own unique playstyles and movesets, so there's a pretty good chance that some things that I say may not apply to the character that you are going to play, or that you're interested in, especially if you're if you're planning on playing these dudes. I will try to run down the basics as best as I can that apply to everybody in the game. Last thing I'll mention, Tekken isn't exactly in the best state right now.
Tekken 8, Season 2! Season 2!
Heat is 100% the biggest problem in this game.
Look what I'm doing! You think this is Tekken? Oh my god!
It's very understandable that a lot of people don't have very good opinions about the game right now, but that being said, at the end of it all, this is still Tekken. Tekken, at its most basic fundamentals, is down to 4 buttons. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. When I say 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm referring to left punch, left kick, and right kick. Even though this is, yes, a very technical fighting game, the actual, fundamentals where it's built on is actually pretty easy to understand. You have 4 buttons. Each of them are corresponding to your limbs. So just keep that in mind. Whenever I say things like, let's say as an example, 1, 1, 2, right? These kind of strings, I'm referring to the corresponding limbs. In most fighting games, especially if you've played games like, I don't know, Guilty Gear, anime fighters in general, they're usually pretty fast. There's not a lot of logic that goes into the movement. Tekken, movement is pretty infamous for being a little bit different because we're playing in a 3D plane. Spacing is also very important. Arguably more important than other fighting games because if you whiff a button in this move, that's pretty scary. Especially if you're fighting against somebody who knows what they're doing. Because if you whiff once, like against a Kazi right here, he could just doya kill you and just delete your health bar. Yeah, spacing, punishing people with whiff punishes and neutral, that's pretty important in this game. You can go far just by knowing that, hey, double tap backwards to go back a little bit, or just walk backwards just to give yourself enough space to move back. Or the more notable part of moving, sidestepping. You tap up and down, and you double tap to hold to sidewalk, or you just tap it to do a side step. This is going to be really important for moving around just a little bit. And moving forward, obviously, to move forward, but you could also triple tap forward and hold it to start running. Excuse me, I sneezed. If I'm far back, I can triple tap forward and hold it to do running. And after this, you can do certain moves like roll running 3, whatever. We'll talk about those moves later. But yeah, you can also run. So just movement-wise, keep that in mind. You can move backwards, you can move forward fast, or tap up and down to move across the 3D plane. In most fighting games, actually, motion inputs are pretty famous. If you play games like Street Fighter, you have your Hadokens, Shoryukens, whatever. I need you to throw all that out. None of that matters in this game that we're playing in Tekken. Tekken, we have our own lingo. As you can see, especially if it comes to anime fighters where you already have numbers dedicated to your numpad, that doesn't apply here because we already have numbers dedicated to your limbs. 1, 3, 2, and 4, right? We already have the numbers taken. So what do? We just go by motion. Down, up, back, forward. We just do it by that, and then we attach our limbs according to whatever motion we're doing. When it comes to motion inputs, don't worry too much. Some characters do have complicated motion inputs if you're more of a technical character, such as the infamous EWGF. That's complicated, right? Just frame input, you need to time it correctly, and it's like a whole motion. But everything else, you're just holding a direction and you're pushing buttons. Like down 4 2, diagonal down forward, and I'm pressing the right punch button. Back 4, down 4 3. I'm holding the down 4 diagonally, and I'm pressing 3. In most fighting games, right, if you play Street Fighter, you have your drive meter. Guilty Gear, you have your tension meter. In this game, you see that little blue bar right below my health bar? It's the heat system. If you are in heat, it basically means that you're a more powered up version of your character. Some heat modes are better than other heat modes, but generally speaking, it makes your character better and you're in advantage state. You're on your way to win the video game. That's what heat means. As you can see, a lot of the heat system is dedicated to these heat engagers, these moves that the Tekken devs have very nicely laid out for you. Every character will have these unique kind of moves that let you get into your heat, which is your win condition. But I personally really like this because it's basically Tekken dev saying, hey, there's a lot of moves. Well, good news. We're going to give you these moves that put you into your win condition, into your heat mode, so that you will know that, yes, these moves are really important. Not every single move that is listed on these movesets is probably that great, but from my experience, for the most part, these moves do prove to be pretty useful. So I would just keep that in mind, because I think especially if you don't know what you're doing, these moves are going to serve you really well. As like a nice little place to start. You have a default setting to get into it. So you have your normal buttons, whatever, right? Your limbs. But if you press, I believe, 2+3, or you can activate a heat bind onto this. This is a heat burst. This is a universal armored get off me tool that every character has that activates your heat, and you get to just go in and play the video game, right? You can also press the button again. And then if you don't know, you could use this bar for a lot of things. This has a lot of usage behind it, which we'll go over. But there is a way to just spend it. Heat smash. In a fighting game, you're going to be forced to guess between some options. Now, in a game like Street Fighter, that is going to be known as the strike throw mix-up, which is basically, hey, is my opponent going to hit me really hard, or am I going to get grabbed? Because if I block, then that means that I am going to be safe from most options, but wait, I'm getting grabbed because grab beats block. Well, if you get hit, that means you decided to jump or backdash because you thought you were expecting a grab, and you're going to get hit. That's the 50-50 mix-up on those fighting games. In Tekken, it's a little bit different. Even though, yes, there are strikes in this game and there are grabs, in this game, the actual RPS situation of this is based on something completely different. It is based on highs, mids, and lows. Now, to basically explain, you have highs that are very fast, low commitment, but they can be ducked and blocked standing. Mids are slower, give greater reward, they hit ducking opponents, but can be blocked by just standing. And lows obviously hit standing opponents, but can be ducked in order to block them. And that's the general mix-up, because if you're standing there and you're just blocking, that's going to cover a lot of options that you have. Excuse me, I sneezed. If you're standing there and blocking, this will counter most highs. These highs will be blocked. You can also cover mids. And however, you cannot block lows. Lows will hit you. If you decide to crouch, you can evade highs. Highs are just completely ducked because, well, you're ducking. And lows are blocked because you're blocking low. So what do you do to counter this? You hit it with mids. That's the basically fundamentals. You're guessing between, hey, am I going to be crouching or am I going to be standing to block what my opponent is doing? That is the basic fundamentals of Tekken. In Tekken, you're going to find yourself a lot in this situation. Whoops, I'm on the ground. What do I do? There are many options I can be doing in this situation. I could be holding up, which is my quick get up option. I can get up immediately, and I can just hold back to block, or just stand there. Or, there are other things I could do. I can press the punch buttons, which will let me roll. So, press 1 to roll to your left. You could also press down and a punch button to roll to this way, to the other side. I can also just press both punch buttons to roll if I want to. I can press 3, which is my left kick button, in order to do a wake up low attack to hit my opponent while I'm down. I can also press 4 to hit him with what I believe to be a mid. I think that's a mid. And for the last thing, if they do anything else, I can also press both kicks to a get up attack, which is the equivalent of pushing a DP or a dragon punch. It is also very unsafe. So if you do that and they block it, well, that sucks for you. You're about to eat a whole combo. The ground game is going to be important for your mind game situation. Because if you're stuck on the ground, you're going to get hit like this. Get up, right? So it's important to keep in mind that, hey, maybe I need to get up faster. I can roll. I can just spring kick to like beat your option because I don't want to get hit anymore, right? It's stuff like that. So it's a lot of mind games revolving around being stuck on the ground. That's like a whole other thing. When you're in rage, you will basically see this red burst of light, and your health bar and your character will be glowing red. This will be your comeback mechanic. Every game usually has some sort of comeback mechanic, and this is Tekken's. It lets you get more damage on a lot of your moves, on pretty much everything you do. It's pretty powerful. And more importantly, once you get into
Right.
you can cash it out by using your Rage Art, which is your super. I just whiffed that. Rage Art is for every character. It's the same input. You could either use your universal bind button, or you can press down forward 1+2, both punches down forward motion, and you will get the super. Supers are pretty good. They're also armored, like your heat burst that is also armored. It's a really nice call out tool to call out on people smashing. And it's really powerful, and it can basically, it does a lot of damage, especially if you're at low health. The lower your health is, the more powerful the Rage Art will be. So sometimes it will do something like 50 damage, sometimes you'll get something as huge as 80 damage. So, yeah, it's pretty powerful. Rage Arts are good. Just make sure that they don't block it, because if they do block it, you're very susceptible to getting destroyed. Each of character is very different. You guys will have different buttons and different things to push for each situation, but I want to kind of run down the most important moves for each character in your arsenal, generally speaking, what to have, based on kind of like archetypes, if that makes any sense. Think of this like a starter kit. Starter kit, most important moves that you should have, alright? Number 1, a good jab. Find your character and find out what is your good jab. What jab are we using? But yeah, this is a good thing to have so that you know what to jab your opponent with, since jabs are extremely fast. And I'll go over the specific maths about why that's good, but I'm going to say the word 10 frame, right? 10 frames are very fast, so you want to use your jabs. Next, you want a long-range safe check move. Now, most of the characters in this game will have something that's very long-range to kind of like, oh, like I'm far away, my jab is whipping, my lows can't hit, what do I do? As you can tell, this move is extremely long, like that far, pretty far. It will secure yourself in. And the best part about using this move in particular is that if they block it, you are completely safe at -9. Most of the time, it is usually almost always a heat engager. I can't think of a character off the top of my head that doesn't have a long-range heat engager that will like help you get in, but yeah, just find that move because it's going to be very helpful to close the distance on an opponent. Next, once you're in your opponent, you're going to want to learn how to use a close range mid, because like we established, having a jab is all well and good, but what's going to happen if they start ducking? For every single character, with some exceptions, you're going to need to learn down forward 1. Down forward 1 is probably the most important mid that you will have for pretty much any character at close range. On hit, it will give you some advantage. Some characters get follow-ups after it, some characters just give you some good stagger from it. But this is a go-to mid check, almost always safe on block. Find a close range mid that you can check your opponent with in case they decide to duck when they're close to you. And if they should stand still and they're respecting your standing, but they're not getting hit by your jab, so they're stand blocking, they're not getting hit by the mid, they're not getting hit by the highs, because they're just standing there blocking everything. Find your low. And next up, grabs. Now, I don't think I went over how grabs work yet in this game, so I'll go ahead and go over it now. Universal throws are 1+3, which gives you the fourth throw, 2+4, which gives you the back throw, which changes your sides. Up forward 1+2, which for most characters is the universal command grab input. That's pretty much it for just universal command grabs, or just grabs in general. You're going to need to learn whatever specific grabs you have if you play a character. Some characters do have more than 3 grabs, and those will be character specific that you're going to have to learn. But you can break Tekken grabs, and there's a way to do this. You can either press 1, which, as you can see, 1+3 grab has his left arm extending forward. 2+4 grab, which is broken by pressing 2. 1+2 is both hands being extended forward at the same time, which means you need to break that by pressing both punch buttons. Now, number 6 is something that you're going to have to learn for every single character. This, as you can see, is a power crush. You'll see like some steam coming off your character when this happens. The whole point of this move, essentially, is it's your go-to armor. See how he hit me and I was able to power through it? It's a little high commitment, but it is a really nice panic tool. You'll definitely find power crushes to be very useful. Next, combo starters. Now, this will depend on your character. A lot of characters may have a universal down forward 2, which is very common. Down forward 2, boom, 15 frames, launches your opponent for a full combo. Find whatever combo starters you can, because if the opponent does something as flimsy as you dodge and they whip a button, or they're far away, or they do a rage art as an example and they're minus enough, you can just mash whatever universal launcher you have, do your combo, kill them, get some damage out of it. I'm going to explain the most boring and the scariest thing about Tekken. We're going to be talking about math. Math is very, very important. But to the benefit of the game, I'll say this much. Tekken is one of the few games where I'll say math is actually pretty fun. A lot of the things I'm going to say will make some parts of this game, especially when you have more experience, it'll make a lot more sense. But 10 frames are very good. They're very fast. 10 frames are very fast. They're actually, with the exception of 10 frames are pretty much the go-to fastest option you have in your arsenal. They'll beat up a lot of options because other attacks usually result in like their 15 frames, 12 frames, 20 frames, you know, all that. 10 frames will usually almost always beat most options. Let's say you're getting hit, right? You're playing on defense. I should not have done that. Let's see here. You're playing defense and I'm going to be blocking my opponent, right? This is the part where I'm going to be talking about plus and minus frames. So if you could consult the graph, right? I'm going to show it on the screen right here. This is the general basic picture you should be having when it comes to plus frames and minus frames. So down forward 1, -7 on block. I want you guys to think about this, right? Can Jin punish me with a 10 frame? You cannot punish me. I am -7, means I have 7 frames to go back to standing to block. And by the time that I'm blocking, he cannot hit me. I am completely safe. -7, 10 frames does not beat a -7 on block move. And this even goes more so of the case if I do a plus on block move. Forward 4 plus 4 on block. Not only are you not able to punish me, I can still jab you with a 10 frame because I've given myself 4 frames to do whatever I want. When you think about Tekken combos, I want you to close your eyes and visualize a sandwich. Now, why am I asking you to do this? Well, what makes a sandwich a sandwich? You have 2 pieces of bread, and you also have a very particular, you can have any sort of meat, ham, turkey, whatever you want, chicken, right? You have a very particular meat, some sort of filler in the middle, right? Your main ingredient that makes it a chicken sandwich, a beef sandwich, whatever you have, right? I don't know what you like. As an example, if I'd use any launcher, let's say 443, right? That's my beginning crust. And I could do whatever I want in the middle, but the most important thing to do with any Tekken combo if you have like a raw starter is to use something called a tornado. The tornado being the meat of your Tekken sandwich. Basically an extender for your combo. Now, when this happens, Tekken players call this your character is rebound for another extension for your combo. There's only so much you can do with only one launcher. And how do we end the Tekken sandwich? You got your first bread and you got your meat? Well, easy. You find an ender. And my combo is officially done. Now we have a Tekken sandwich. Nothing I teach in this video will ever beat the joy of just playing the game on your own, alright? Although Tekken is a very difficult fighting game, my love for the game and just having fun with Tekken with my friends is what carried me through the whole process. I recommend, if you're a nerd and you just want to learn the basic maths of some characters' moves and what they generally do, okizeme.gg, I think that's the link. My editor Instinct will link it.
Wow.
It'll be in the description. There'll be a lot of really good resources you can get. All I'm trying to say is, as daunting as Tekken can feel, I think you just need to try the game for yourself. Play the game, see how it feels, feel the kinetic feeling of just pushing buttons and punching and kicking and grabbing your opponent, and I think you're going to really start to understand why people love Tekken so much. Hey there, present day Robo here. I just want to say thank you guys so much for making it this far and listening to my voice for the past 15 minutes. This video did take quite a bit to get done. I really hope it was helpful. I know Season 3 of Tekken is right around the corner by the time this video releases, so there is a slight chance that a lot of the things I talk about or some things you might see on the screen will be a bit outdated. I don't know how much they're going to be changing in the new season. I know they said that they will be pumping out these new changes little by little. At least that's what they said. So yeah, there will be some inconsistencies here and there, which is a shame. However, I made sure to talk about very bare bones fundamental things that I think are applicable to just Tekken in general and this game as a whole. I think a lot of things in this video did cover a lot of things that I think will be staying in the game. One thing though, real quick, I'll mention, this video is technically not all there is. I actually have a lot of character guides that I took time to make. However, since this video was already getting to a pretty long length, I decided that it would be better to include them in a separate video format. So if you please check the description below. If any of these characters that are in the playlist that I have created are a character that you want to try out, I have about, if I remember correctly, 7 to 8 characters that I do play, some of which include Kazuya Mishima, Paul Phoenix, Brian Fury, King, Armor King, Lee Chao Lan, etc, etc, etc. There's some Dragunov. I play a lot of characters. But yeah, you can take a look at those if those characters specifically speak to you and you wish to know about my experiences and what I would recommend. They're basically beginner guides I've made for those characters. So if you want to more of that, please go check them out. I put some work into those as well. They'll just be in the description right there. Tekken is one of my favorite fighting games of all time, second only to Third Strike. So making this video for people who have asked me constantly on how to play is an honor, and I hope that you guys will get a lot of experience and mileage out of it. Even though this is a mostly Guilty Gear Strive channel, and honestly the thought of making any Tekken video is quite scary, I felt like it would be just really good for me to make this video for people who could use that push, because I know how difficult this game can be. You will get tilted and there will be a lot of knowledge things. I still learn things about this game even now, and I've been playing this game for quite a long time, like for years, and I still learn new things every day. So I hope you will guys enjoy the journey of improvement and learning. And as always, I just have to give a huge shout out to the people who helped me make this video, especially Spectral. I know I made a joke in the last, there was a joke in the last section about Instinct helping me, but something's happened, he wasn't able to help me, so Spectral, shout outs to him. Please go check him out. His channel is in the description. He basically hard carried this video in terms of all the editing and music and sound design, and yeah, this video would not have been possible without him. I just have a lot going on in my personal life, a lot of things that I'm trying to take care of, and I just did not have the time to take care of all the editing. So please go check him out if you like the editing of this video, and if you just want to see a really cool guy just making cool Stripe content and other variety of stuff. So yeah, it would mean a lot. So yeah, and if you guys found this video enjoyable, if there was something you guys learned or something cool that you learned from this video, things, or even if you just, hey, I helped you start your Tekken journey, just please tell me in the comments below. There's nothing more validated than knowing that something that I have made has helped other people. So yeah, please tell me stuff below. Last thing I'll say is I'll just go ahead and chill. I do have a Discord if you're looking for people to fight, or if you just want to go ahead and just tag me with stuff. I have my own Discord. Just don't be annoying. But I also have a Twitter and a Blue Sky. I have all my socials in the description, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I will see you guys around. Have a good one. See ya.